Hi there, this is Professor Varsi again. I made a lesson on transition words in English a while ago, um, but I thought that I should create another lesson, an extension of it with more examples to help you understand why it's important to use transition words in English, especially in writing. What are they? You may be wondering, what are transition words? Well, transition words, they help link sentences, paragraphs, and ideas smoothly. Without them, sentences become choppy. They just move from one sentence to another, and there is no transition words in between. They improve the flow of writing or a speech. Some examples of transition words are however, therefore, moreover, next, first, because. There are more, but for now, these examples are sufficient. You will learn more as we move on. So, why are they important? I briefly explained it to you. Transition words in writing are important because they make it easier for the reader to understand the writer's ideas. They provide connections between ideas. The transition words link, they connect two ideas. They help the readers or listeners follow your arguments. Let's look at an example. I woke up late, period. I missed the bus. Okay, so the two sentences do not quite flow smoothly, do they? We will use a transition word and see the difference it makes. I woke up late, comma, so I missed the bus. So as a result of waking up late, I couldn't catch the bus. I missed the bus. Okay. There are different categories of transition words. To add more information, writers use and moreover, furthermore. Another category is contrast, to compare two different things. Some transition words are but, however, although. There are also cause and effect transition words. So because of X, Y happened. So because, therefore, so, they are cause and effect transition words. Sequence or ordering. So if you have more than one thing that you want to tell the reader about, and they appear in a sequence or in an order, you say first, next, then. These are transition words. Conclusion. So if you're writing, let's say, an essay, and they're coming to the end of it, it's the last part of your writing, you could say, in conclusion, or to sum up, to help the reader understand that you are about to conclude the essay. Okay. Some examples in sentences. I've given you examples of each one of the categories. For addition, to add more information. I like apples, period. Moreover, comma, I enjoy oranges. For contrast, he was tired. However, he finished the race. So one usually expect that if somebody is tired, they will stop running. But this person was very strong-willed. He says, okay, I'm tired, but I'm going to get to the finish line. Cause and effect. Because of X, Y happens. She studied hard, comma, so she passed the exam. Okay? And sequences, as we just learned, first we will review, then we will practice. So we are reviewing right now. You will get a chance to practice using transition words. Adding ideas. Some transition words to add ideas are and also, in addition, moreover, furthermore. Here are a couple of examples. I enjoy hiking, period. Moreover, comma, I like cycling. She's a great writer and she paints beautifully too, meaning this person is not just a great writer, she also paints. She's a painter as well. Okay, showing differences between two things. Transition words to show a contrast are, but, however, yet, although, instead. And there are a couple of examples for you. He wanted to join us, semicolon, however, comma, he was busy. Okay? All right, cause and effect. Let's look at some examples of cause and effect transition words. Because, therefore, thus, so, as a result. One example, then you can look at the second example by yourself. She missed the train. Why did she miss the train, you may ask? Because she was late, right? She was late in leaving. She ran to the train station, but the train had left, so she missed the train. Okay, organizing steps. So when there are things in sequences, let's say you're teaching somebody how to cook a special dish, you will need to use transition words. Some examples are, first, wash your hands, then prepare the ingredients, right? He checked the report and next presented the findings. So these are organizing transition words. Okay, so how about doing some exercise to reinforce learning? Okay, fill in the blanks with appropriate transition words. So I'll give you a few seconds to complete this exercise. You may want to pause this video, as I always ask my students to do, and then just complete the exercise and we will move on. Okay, number 1 is but, number 2 is because, number 3 is then, and number 4 is however. How did you do? Did you do well? I hope you got all of the answers correct. Okay, choose the correct option. Select the best transition word. Now I'm trying to test your memory. You have learned quite a bit today. See if you can fill in the blanks. I have not given you any. Well, actually, I've given you 3 for number 1, and then I have given you 3 more for number 2. So there are 3 choices, and you have to pick one to make the sentence grammatically correct using the right transition word. Okay, so complete the exercise. Okay, so the first one is, however, I was tired, semicolon. However, I kept working. Okay, what do you think number 2 is? She studied hard, so she passed the exam. Okay, very good. Now, let's test your knowledge of transition words, the ones that I have described in this lesson. Which category does therefore belong to? Is it addition, cause and effect, or sequence or order? And number 2 is, what is the transition word in this sentence? We were late, however, we still caught the train. Okay, what are your answers? Try to answer. Here are the answers. Therefore is cause and effect, right? Therefore is a result of a cause. It's the effect of a cause. And number 2, however, is the transition word, right? We were late, however, we still caught the train. You can also use but. We were late, but we still caught the train. All right? Okay. So try to avoid these errors. Do not use too many transition words in the same sentence. He was late and so therefore he missed the meeting. Misusing categories. I was tired, comma, so I went to bed. And that is correct, right? Cause and effect. A person was tired, so she or he went to bed. However, I slept. That's awkward. However means but. And why does one go to bed? Or what does a person go to bed for? To sleep. So however I slept doesn't make sense. So just choose transition words carefully, okay, and keep them concise, tight. Okay. So why is it important to use transition words in essays? As I said before at the beginning of the lesson, transition words organize ideas logically, right? And they make the sentences flow smoothly, or your ideas move smoothly. In conclusion, you just learn to conclude an essay. Although the weather was bad, we enjoyed our trip. All right? And let's summarize. Let's go over what we learned today. We learned that transition words connect ideas and they improve flow. The categories of transition words that we studied today are addition, contrast, cause and effect, sequence, and conclusion. Practice using them to make your writing clear and effective, right? So that your ideas flow smoothly and you make the reader happy by using transition words. So I'm going to leave you with a homework assignment. Write a short paragraph, okay, using at least 5 different transition words that you learned today. Ideally, write a longer paragraph maybe and practice writing all different categories. Examples are addition, contrast, cause and effect. Okay? Try doing that, and you can always write and cut and paste your passage in the comment box below. Okay? I'm going to leave you a couple of links in the description box. Please study with me, work hard, learn, and I look forward to receiving your questions, your queries. So do drop me a line and write some questions, and I will be sure to reply to you. So thank you for watching today's lesson. Keep practicing, keep working hard, keep thinking in English. Remember that practice makes perfect. So take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.